Zariah's hands won't stop shaking. Blood still stains her borrowed dress. Her left arm hangs in a sling. Pain radiates from her shoulder with every heartbeat. She should be dead. Instead, she's standing in a hospital chapel across from the most dangerous man in the city. Kang Jun-hyuk watches her with eyes that have ended lives. His black suit is immaculate. His presence fills the small room like a storm trapped in glass. "You took a bullet for my sister," he says quietly. Zariah's voice shakes. She needed help. "No one does that. Not in my world. I'm not from your world. She should run. She should scream. She should be anywhere but here, back on her corner selling water, back in her tiny room, back in a life that makes sense. But armed men guard the door. This isn't a request. This isn't a date. This is something else entirely. I'm giving you a choice," Jun-hyuk continues. His voice drops lower. Dangerous. Final. Walk away tonight with money, protection, and my gratitude. Or... He steps closer. Stay. Become my wife. Not as payment. Not as a transaction. Zariah's breath catches. You're insane. I'm grateful. And in my world, that changes everything. Welcome back, my amazing Pride family. Your unwavering support means everything to me, and I'm beyond grateful for each of you. Every day, I strive to improve and bring you the best stories, because I know you deserve nothing less. If this is your first time here, I encourage you to leave a comment telling me where you're watching from and hit that subscribe button. By doing so, you become part of this incredible journey, and together, we'll continue sharing stories that matter. I can't do this without you, so let's get into today's story. Her heart hammers against her ribs. I don't even know you. You knew me enough to die for my family. That's different. Is it? His eyes burn into hers. You made a choice in that alley. I'm making mine now. Fear claws up Zariah's throat. This man could erase her with a word. He could make her disappear. He could own her or protect her. She doesn't know which terrifies her more. Why? She whispers. Jun-hyuk's expression softens, barely, but enough. Because you're the first person who ever protected what I love without asking what it's worth. But how did a broke street vendor end up here? How did one bullet change everything? 12 hours. Earlier. Zariah counts her money for the third time. $27. Rent is $300. Due in 5 days. Micah's inhaler refill. $60 she doesn't have. The neighbor watching him expects $20. She stares at the crumpled bills, doing math that doesn't work. The night market buzzes around her. Her corner displays bottled water and bruised oranges, $2 each, 3 for $5. Nobody's buying. Then the gunshot cracks through the air. Bodies stampede past her. Vendors abandon carts. Someone screams. Zariah spins around, heart pounding. A young Korean woman in designer clothes stumbles into the alley beside her stand. Blood spreads across her white jacket. Terror fills her eyes. 3 masked men emerge from shadows. Guns raised. One aims at the woman's head. Zariah's brain screams, "Run." Everyone else already did. But the woman's eyes lock onto hers. Desperate, terrified, someone's sister. Zariah moves, not away from danger, toward it. Her body collides with the stranger just as the trigger pulls. The bullet tears through her shoulder. Fire explodes across her chest. Pain blinds her. She doesn't fall. She spreads wider, shielding the woman completely. "Stay down," Zariah gasps through gritted teeth. Blood soaks through her jacket. The gunman steps closer, weapon aimed at her head. "Move." No. She has $27, a brother depending on her. 0 reason to die tonight. Except this woman is someone's sister too. The gunman's finger tightens. Tires scream. Black SUVs explode into the market from both directions. Doors fly open. Men in dark suits pour out, dozens weapons drawn. Gunfire erupts. Shells clatter. Glass shatters. The masked men fall one by one. Then silence. Heavy footsteps approach. A tall man in an expensive black suit stands over them. His face is carved stone, but his eyes crack open when they land on the woman Zaraya is protecting. Minji, the woman sobs. Oppa. He drops to one knee. His gaze shifts to Zaraya, to her bleeding shoulder, to the way she still shields his sister. Who are you? Zaraya's voice breaks. Nobody. She needed help. He stares at her like she's impossible. You took a bullet for a stranger. She was going to die. Something shifts in his expression. Wonder, disbelief, decision. He looks at his men. Get them both to the hospital, now. Strong hands lift Zaraya. Darkness creeps in. The last thing she hears before unconsciousness takes her. Find out everything about her. His eyes never leave Zaraya's face. And make sure she survives. A pause, then quieter, final. I'm going to marry her. What did Zaraya just become to the most dangerous man in the city? Zaraya wakes to agony. Her shoulder throbs like someone's hammering nails through bone. She tries to move, can't. Pain steals her breath, pins her down. Don't. A man's voice, firm but careful. She forces her eyes open. This isn't a hospital. Cracked windows, peeling paint. Concrete floors stained dark. Moonlight cuts through broken skylights overhead. An abandoned warehouse. The tall Korean man from the market crouches beside her, hands stained red. Medical supplies scatter around him. Bandages, antiseptic, needle and thread. He's removed his jacket. His white shirt hangs open, revealing a bandaged wound across his ribs. He's hurt too. Where? Zaraya starts. Safe house. He doesn't look up. Temporary. Across the room, Minji sits against the wall, trembling. A guard stands at the door, weapon visible, eyes scanning shadows. The man presses a clean cloth against Zaraya's shoulder. Fire shoots down, her arm. She bites back a scream. Bullet went through, he says quietly. Clean. You're lucky. Lucky. Zaraya leans against the pillar, trying to breathe through pain. She's been hurt before, worked through bronchitis, a sprained ankle, a broken finger. When Mom died and Dad left, pain became background noise. But bullets and blood and dangerous men, this is different. Who are you people? The words scrape out. He doesn't answer. Just wraps her shoulder with practiced hands. Quick, precise. This isn't his first gunshot wound. Outside, sirens wail. The guard tenses. The man doesn't flinch. They won't find us, he says calmly. Minji speaks, voice small and broken. Oppa, she saved my life. Brother, the way he said her name in the alley, the raw terror in his eyes. He finally meets Zaraya's gaze. Something moves behind his expression. Gratitude, yes, but also confusion. Why did you do it? He asks. Zaraya's throat feels like sandpaper. She was going to die. You don't know her. Didn't need to. Silence hangs heavy. He studies her face like he's searching for a lie, a motive, something that makes sense. He won't find it. What's your name? He asks finally. Zaraya. Zaraya Bloom. He secures the last bandage. Blood stains his hands, his clothes, his face, but his expression stays eerily calm. Thank you, Zaraya Bloom. His voice drops lower. For my sister. Something in his tone raises goosebumps on her arms. It's not just gratitude. It's a promise. He pulls out his phone, shows her the screen. News footage. The market shooting. Bodies covered with sheets. Police tape. And then Zaraya's face, frozen on security camera. clear, unmistakable, shielding Minji with her own body. The headline scrolls beneath, "Witness wanted in connection to gang violence." "They've already identified you," he says quietly. "By morning, every gang in the city will know your name, your face, where you live." His eyes harden. "You're not a witness anymore. You're a target." Footsteps echo outside. Fast. Multiple people. The guard raises his weapon. "They found us." The man's eyes go cold. Why does this man risk everything for Minji? And what has Zaraya become to him? Zaraya wakes alone. The safe house is quiet. Too quiet. She sits up, ignoring the fire in her shoulder, and looks around. No Junhyuk, no Minji. Just two guards standing near the door, faces blank. "Where is he?" Zaraya asks. They don't answer. Fear crawls up her spine. "I need to call my brother." "Nothing." "Please. He's 15. He'll be worried." "No calls," one guard says. Accent thick, final. Panic floods her chest. Micah, alone, waiting for her, wondering why she hasn't come home. The neighbor probably left hours ago. He's by himself. Zaraya stands, legs shaking. "I'm leaving." The guards move to block the door. Move. They don't. She tries to push past them. Her injured shoulder screams. They restrain her gently but firmly, hands like iron. "Let me go." Zaraya's voice cracks. The door opens. Junhyuk steps inside, and Zaraya's breath stops. Blood covers his shirt, his hands, his face. Not his blood, someone else's. His eyes are cold, empty. The eyes of someone who just ended a life, maybe more than one. Zaraya stumbles backward. "Where's my brother?" The words come out broken. Junhyuk's expression doesn't change. "Safe." "Where?" "Secure location, armed guards, best medical care available." Her heart stops. You took him without asking?" "Yes." Rage replaces fear. "You had no right." "I had every right." His voice stays calm, deadly. "The men hunting my sister now know your face. They know your name. They know you have a brother." Zaraya's hands shake. "You can't just..." "I already did." He pulls out his phone, shows her a live video feed. Micah, sitting on a couch, safe, watching TV, eating pizza. Relief and fury war in her chest. "He doesn't even know where he is," Junhyuk continues. "Thinks he's at a friend's house. I made sure he's comfortable. You kidnapped my brother. I protected your brother." His eyes harden. There's a difference. Zaraya wants to scream, to hit him, to run. But her legs won't move. Junhyuk steps closer. "You took a bullet for my sister. That makes us even. Your life for hers. That's not your family for mine." The words land like stones. He gestures to another door. "Come, I want to show you something." Zaraya doesn't move. It wasn't a request. The guards gently push her forward. Junhyuk opens the door. Inside, a man sits bound to a chair. One of the attackers from the market. His face is bruised, bleeding, terrified. Junhyuk's voice stays eerily calm. "This man tried to kill my sister, and you." Zaraya's stomach turns. "Watch what happens to people who threaten my family." He rolls up his sleeves. What has Zaraya become to the most dangerous man in the city? The SUV peels away from the safe house, tires screaming. Zaraya clutches the door handle, mind spinning. She just watched Junhyuk extract information from a man using methods she can't unsee. He didn't torture, didn't need to, just spoke, quietly. Promises of what would happen if the man didn't talk. The man talked. Now they're running again. Her shoulder screams with every sharp turn. Minji sits rigid beside her, pale and silent. Junhyuk rides in front, phone pressed to his ear, speaking rapid Korean. Behind them, headlights appear. then more. "Company," the driver says, voice tight. Jun-hyuk ends his call. "Lose them." The SUV accelerates, blows through red lights, cuts across lanes, horns blare, pedestrians scatter. She's survived eviction notices, survived empty cabinets, survived raising Micah alone since she was 16 when her parents became memories instead of people. But this might actually kill her. Zariah's stomach lurches as they jump a curb. Gunfire erupts behind them. The rear window explodes. Glass rains down. Minji screams. Jun-hyuk throws himself backward, shielding both women with his body as bullets shred the seats. "Down!" he roars. Zariah's already on the floor, heart hammering. This isn't real. Can't be real. The SUV makes a violent turn into an underground parking garage. Fluorescent lights flicker overhead. Their vehicle zigzags between parked cars, then screeches to a stop. "Out! Now!" They pile out, Minji stumbling, Zariah barely standing. Jun-hyuk grabs them both, pulling them behind a concrete pillar, just as pursuing vehicles roar into the garage. 4 cars, at least 15 men. They spread out like wolves, weapons drawn, moving with military precision. Jun-hyuk speaks into his phone, voice deadly calm. "I need extraction. Underground parking, northwest corner, 2 minutes." One of the attackers shouts in Korean. Others respond. They're coordinating, closing in. Zariah's breathing comes too fast. Her vision swims. Jun-hyuk's hand finds her wrist, steady, warm. "Look at me." She does. His eyes are sharp, focused, completely unafraid. His phone vibrates. He glances at the screen. His jaw tightens. "What?" Zariah whispers. He shows her the message. They found the boy's location, moving him now. Zariah's blood turns to ice. "Micah, he's fine. My men are with him." Jun-hyuk's voice stays calm, but his grip on her wrist tightens. "But they tried. Someone tried to take her brother. Rage and terror flood her system. This isn't just about her anymore." "Breathe," Jun-hyuk orders. "Slowly. I won't let them touch him." The promise in his voice is absolute. Footsteps echo closer. Shadows move between pillars. 30 feet away now. 20. Jun-hyuk pulls a gun from his jacket. "Stay here," he whispers. "Don't move. Don't make sound." Then he steps out. What happens next happens fast. He moves like water, fluid, precise, lethal. 3 shots, 3 bodies drop. The remaining attackers scatter, shouting, firing blindly. He doesn't waste bullets. Each shot finds its mark. He spins, disarms one, attacker with brutal efficiency, drops him with a single strike. Another attacker emerges from behind a car, gun raised. Then he sees Jun-hyuk's face and freezes. His weapon lowers slowly. His eyes go wide, not with anger, with terror. He backs away, hands raised, stammering something in Korean that sounds like a prayer. Then he turns and runs. Jun-hyuk doesn't chase him, just stands there, breathing steadily, surrounded by fallen enemies. Like death personified, one attacker recognized him and fled in absolute terror. Who is he really? By dawn, Zariah has lost everything. Police shut down the market after the shooting. Crime scene tape blocks her corner. Her vendor spot, gone. Her inventory, destroyed or stolen. Her source of income, erased. She sits in a clean, expensive hotel room, shoulder bandaged properly now, staring at her empty wallet. $27, that's all that's left. Rent is due in 4 days. Micah needs his medication refilled. The neighbor, before Jun-hyuk took him, expected payment. She learned this math at 16. $27 in a coffee can. A 10-year-old brother who needed raising. Dreams that died with her mother, buried with her father's goodbye note. 10 years later, she's still doing impossible math, still failing. Zaraya closes her eyes. A knock on the door. Jun-hyuk enters without waiting. Fresh black suit, no blood, no evidence of last night's war, but his eyes carry the same intensity. How much do you need? Direct. No pretense. Zaraya shakes her head. I'm not asking. I'm offering. I don't want it. His eyebrows lift slightly. You just lost your job because of my sister. Take the money. No. Silence stretches between them. Accepting his money makes last night a transaction. Makes her sacrifice something bought and paid for. It wasn't. After Dad left, people offered charity, pity, help. She refused then too, not because of pride, because accepting meant admitting she couldn't do it alone. And she had to. Why? Jun-hyuk asks finally. Zaraya meets his gaze. Because I didn't save her for a reward. That's not how this works. Then how does it work? You just do the right thing, period. Another long silence. Something shifts in his expression, surprise maybe, or confusion, like he's encountering a concept that doesn't exist in his world. He moves to the window, looking out at the city below. You can't go back to that market. Those men saw you. They know your face. Fear flickers through Zaraya's chest. What are you saying? I'm saying you're in danger now. Because you saved Minji. Because they failed. He turns back to her. They'll try again. And next time, they might target you. Or your brother. The words land like stones in cold water. Micah. Her hands start to shake. So what do I do? The question comes out smaller than she intended. Stay close to me. His voice drops. Final. Under my protection. Until this is over. Zaraya stands, ignoring the pain. I don't even know your name. You want me to just... What? Trust you? His gaze locks onto hers. Absolute. Unshakable. My name is Kang Jun-hyuk. The name means nothing to her. But the way he says it, with complete authority, sends a chill down her spine. I have a brother, Zaraya says. A life, bills, responsibilities. I can't just disappear. Your brother is already under my protection. Bills will be paid, responsibilities handled. His voice hardens. But you will stay near me. Non-negotiable. Why? The word comes out sharp. Why do you suddenly care so much? Jun-hyuk steps closer. His eyes burn into hers. Because what you did doesn't happen in my world. People don't sacrifice without expecting payment. They don't protect strangers. They don't refuse rewards. He's inches away now. You're rare, Zaraya Bloom. So you want to... What? Study me? The words come out bitter. No. His voice drops to something dangerous. Final. I want to keep you. Zaraya's breath catches. Keep me? You saved my sister's life. That creates a debt I can't repay with money. His eyes hold hers. In my world, when someone protects your family with their life, they become family. I'm not. You are now. Not a question. A statement of fact. And family doesn't leave. Family doesn't run. Family stays. The word sounds less like protection, more like possession. Tomorrow, he says quietly, we discuss what that means. What does family mean to a man who owns everything he touches? The safe house Jun-hyuk takes them to isn't a house. It's a fortress. High walls, armed guards every 20 feet, security cameras, steel gates that close behind them with a finality that makes Zaraya's stomach drop. This isn't temporary protection. This is a compound. Inside, the building looks like a luxury hotel. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, art that probably costs more than Zaraya's entire life. Minji disappears upstairs with guards. Zaraya stands in the massive foyer, feeling small and out of place. Sit, Junhyuk says, gesturing to a leather couch. Soraya doesn't move. I want answers. You'll get them. Now. Something flickers in his eyes. Not anger. Respect, maybe. He's not used to people demanding things from him. He sits. Waits. Soraya sits across from him, shoulder throbbing. Who are you really? And don't tell me you're just some businessman. Junhyuk studies her for a long moment. Then he pulls out his phone, shows her a news article. Park family heir survives assassination attempt. Soraya reads. Her blood runs cold. Park Min-ji, daughter of Park Jae-sung, South Korea's most powerful business mogul. Estimated worth $40 billion. Connections to politicians, judges, police chiefs, and darker connections too. The article mentions alleged ties to organized crime syndicates. Soraya looks up. Your sister is one of the most valuable targets in Asia, Junhyuk finishes. The Park family controls shipping, real estate, technology, but more importantly, we control territories, operations. We. You're not her bodyguard, Soraya whispers. No. His eyes hold hers. I'm her brother, and the head of the Kang family operations. The Parks and Kangs have been allied for 3 generations. The room tilts. So when you saved Min-ji, Junhyuk continues, voice calm, you didn't just save a woman. You saved a key piece in a power structure worth hundreds of billions. Soraya's hands shake. The men who attacked her, rival families, Chinese triads, Russian mob, take your pick. He leans forward. They've been trying to break our alliance for years. Killing Min-ji would have started a war. And I walked into the middle of it. Yes. Silence hangs heavy. Soraya stands, legs unsteady. So what am I now? A witness you need to keep quiet? Evidence you need to bury? Junhyuk stands too. You're the woman who took a bullet for my sister without knowing any of this, without expecting anything, without fear. He steps closer. That makes you more valuable than you understand. I'm not valuable. I'm broke. I sell fruit. You're valuable because you can't be bought. His voice drops. Everyone in my world has a price. Money, power, fear. But you. His eyes burn into hers. You acted without calculation, without agenda. That's rarer than diamonds in the world I live in. Soraya backs away. I want to go home. You don't have a home anymore. Remember, your face is on every news station. Every gang in the city is looking for you. Then send me somewhere else. Another city. Another state. Just... No. The word cuts like a blade. You're staying here, with me, under my protection. His jaw tightens. Non-negotiable. You can't just keep me prisoner. I'm not keeping you prisoner. Junhyuk's voice stays deadly calm. I'm keeping you alive. A phone rings. He answers, speaks rapid Korean. His expression darkens. He ends the call, looks at Soraya. They just put a price on your head. $5 million. Soraya's breath stops. Dead or alive? How did a broke street vendor become worth $5 million to killers? Junhyuk makes a call. Within 30 minutes, the compound floods with people, not guests, soldiers. Soraya watches from a window as black SUVs pour through the gates, dozens of them. Men in dark suits exit, faces hard, weapons visible. They line up in the courtyard below, waiting. Come with me, Junhyuk says behind her. Soraya turns. He's changed clothes again. Black suit, no tie. He looks like exactly what he is. Dangerous. Where? I want you to see something. He leads her downstairs, through hallways that seem to go on forever, until they reach a large room. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook the courtyard. Junhyuk steps outside. Every man in the courtyard drops to one knee. heads bowed, 50 armed men, kneeling. Zariah's breath catches. Junhyuk speaks in Korean. His voice carries absolute authority, command, power. The men respond in unison. A vow, a promise. Then they stand, organized into groups, receive orders, and disperse with military efficiency. Junhyuk returns inside. Zariah stares at him like she's seeing him for the first time. What are you? The words come out barely a whisper. I told you. Head of the Kang family. You're not just... She struggles for words. How many people do you control? In this city? 5,000 directly, 20,000 indirectly. His expression doesn't change. Across Asia? More. The number is impossible. I control ports, supply chains, protection networks, information. He lists them like grocery items. 12 judges, 8 prosecutors, half the police force. Zariah backs away until she hits the wall. I own this city, Zariah. Everything that moves through it, I allow. Every deal that happens, I approve. Every gang that operates, I permit. Silence. She can't breathe. This man, who saved her, who protected her brother, who promised to keep her safe, is a criminal overlord. Why are you telling me this? Her voice shakes. Because you need to understand who I am, what I am. He steps closer, and what it means that I've decided to keep you. I'm not yours to keep. Yes. His eyes hold hers. You are. You can't just... I can. I do. Daily. No emotion in his voice. Just fact. I decide who lives, who dies, who thrives, who suffers. Zariah's chest tightens. You're a monster. Yes. The admission it's harder than a denial would have. But I'm a monster who protects what's mine. He's close now. Too close. And the moment you took that bullet, you became mine. Tears burn Zariah's eyes. Not from fear, from fury, from the injustice of it all. She saved someone, did the right thing, and now she's trapped in a nightmare. What if I run? The question comes out broken. You won't get far. What if I go to the police? I own them. What if I... There is no escape, Zariah. His voice softens but stays firm. Not because I'm cruel, because you're marked. $5 million. Every assassin, every gang, every desperate criminal will hunt you. He reaches out, stops just before touching her face. With me, you're protected. Without me, you're dead within 48 hours. The truth of it crushes her. So I'm a prisoner. Your family, he corrects. There's a difference. No, there's not. Silence stretches between them. Then Junhyuk does something unexpected. He steps back, gives her space. I won't force you to stay. If you want to leave, leave. The gate will open. You'll walk out with money, new identity, clean passport. Zariah's eyes widen. But Micah stays here, under my protection, because they will use him to get to you. The words land like a physical blow. That's not a choice. No, Junhyuk agrees. It's not, but it's the only option I can give you. He heads toward the door, then pauses. You have until morning to decide. Stay as family, leave alone, choose. He's gone before Zariah can respond. She slides down the wall, shaking. Monster or protector, prison or safety. She doesn't know anymore. Will she sacrifice her freedom for her brother's life? Zariah doesn't sleep. She spends the night pacing her room, mind spinning. Every option leads to disaster. Stay with Junhyuk, trapped, owned, controlled. Leave without Micah, impossible. Run with Micah, dead within days. By sunrise, she's exhausted, defeated, out of ideas. A knock on the door. Minji enters, eyes red from crying. I'm sorry, she says immediately. Zariah turns away. For what? Almost getting me killed. getting me trapped here. For all of it, Minji's voice breaks. I just wanted one night of freedom. One night without guards, without fear. And now I'm paying for it. I know. Minji sits on the bed. If I could undo it, you can't. Zoraya's voice is sharp. What's done is done. Silence. Then Minji speaks quietly. He's never done this before. Zoraya looks at her. Protected someone like this. Brought them into the compound. Given them a choice. Minji's eyes are serious. Jun-hyuk doesn't let people in, ever. Even family keeps distance. Then why me? Because you're the first person who protected me without wanting something, without calculation. Minji stands. He doesn't know what to do with that. Neither do I. She heads to the door, then stops. He's destroying them, you know. The ones who hurt you, who tried to kill me, who put that bounty on your head. What? Right now, he's been hunting them all night. Minji's voice carries something dark. By the time you wake up tomorrow, they won't exist. She leaves. Zoraya stands frozen. Hours later, Jun-hyuk returns. Blood stains his knuckles, his shirt, but his eyes are calm. It's done, he says simply. What's done? The Lee family, the ones who attacked us, who put the bounty on you. He pours himself a drink. They're gone. Gone. Destroyed. Operations dismantled. Leaders dead. Associates scattered. He drinks. The bounty is cancelled. The threat is eliminated. Zoraya's legs feel weak. You killed them. Some. Others will wish I had. No remorse in his voice. They threatened my sister. They tried to kill you. They involved a 15-year-old boy. His eyes meet hers. I don't forgive that. Silence. Your brother is safe now, permanently. I've set up a trust fund. $5 million. He'll never worry about medication or college or anything again. Zoraya's breath catches. Your old landlord? I bought the building. Evictions cancelled. Tenants protected. He lists items like a grocery list. The neighbour who watched Micah? Debt cleared. New car. New job. Why? Because they helped you. That matters. He sets down his glass. I also bought the market. Your old corner. It's yours now. Fully stocked. Paid employees. You can go back whenever you want. Tears burn Zoraya's eyes. I don't want your money. It's not about money. Jun-hyuk steps closer. It's about debt. You saved my sister. You took a bullet. You lost everything. And you think money fixes that? No. His voice softens. But it's all I know how to give. The admission cracks something in Zoraya's chest. This dangerous man, this monster who kills without hesitation, is trying. In his broken, violent way, he's trying to make things right. I don't want things, Zoraya says quietly. I want freedom. I know. Pain flashes across his face, but I can't give you that. Not yet. Not while there are still people who want you dead. So I'm still trapped. Yes. He doesn't lie. But as family, not as a prisoner. What's the difference? Jun-hyuk is silent for a long moment. Then, family gets a choice about what comes next. What do you mean? His eyes hold hers. Vulnerable, uncertain. Emotions she's never seen in him before. I mean, he struggles with words. I'm asking, not ordering. Asking what? He takes a breath. To stay, permanently. Not as a debt. Not as protection. Zoraya's heart pounds. As what then? His next words change everything. What could make her stay in this dangerous world willingly? Jun-hyuk leads Zoraya to the roof. The compound spreads below them. City lights twinkle in the distance. The night air is cool against her skin. He's nervous. She can see it in the way he stands. The way he won't quite meet her eyes. This man who controls thousands, who kills without hesitation, who owns a city. He's nervous. I don't know how to do this, he admits finally. Do what? Ask. Normally I take. I decide. I command. His jaw tightens. But you're not someone I can command. Zoraya's chest tightens. Everything I've done, Junhyuk continues, every decision I've made since that night in the alley, it's been about keeping you safe, about protecting you. I know, but it's more than that now. He finally looks at her. It stopped being about debt 3 days ago. Silence. When? Zoraya whispers. When you refused my money. When you asked about Micah first, not yourself. When you looked at me covered in blood and didn't run. His voice drops. When you stood in that warehouse and called me a monster. And you were right. Tears burn her eyes. I've done terrible things, Junhyuk says quietly. I'll do more. That's who I am. What I am. I can't change that. Then why? Because you did something impossible. He steps closer. You made me want to be different. Zoraya's breath catches. Not change who I am. I can't. This world, these responsibilities, they're permanent. His eyes search hers. But you made me want to be better. For someone. For you. Junhyuk. I'm not good. I'm not kind. I'm dangerous and violent and everything you should run from. His voice cracks slightly. But I'm also the only person in this world who will protect you and Micah with everything I have. He pulls out a small box. Zoraya's heart stops. In my world, marriage is business, alliances, strategy. He opens the box. A ring sits inside, simple, elegant, perfect. But that's not what this is. What is it then? A vow. His eyes hold hers. That you'll never be unprotected, never be alone, never be afraid. Tears spill down Zoraya's cheeks. I'm asking you to marry me, Junhyuk says. Not because of debt, not because of protection, not because you're trapped. Then why? Silence. When he speaks, his voice is barely a whisper. Because in 28 years, no one has ever chosen me over safety, over freedom, over normal. His jaw tightens. And I need to know if you will. Zoraya can't breathe. You're asking me to choose you? Yes. To choose this life, this danger, this world? Yes. To give up everything normal? Yes. Pain crosses his face. I know what I'm asking. I know it's impossible. I know you should say no. He starts to close the box. But I had to ask. Because you're the first person I've ever wanted to ask. Zoraya's hand stops his. Their eyes meet. You're asking the wrong question, she says quietly. Confusion flickers across his face. You're asking if I'll choose you over safety, over freedom, over normal. Zoraya's voice strengthens. But that's not the choice. What is it then? The choice is whether I'll choose you even though you're dangerous, even though this life is impossible, even though everything about this is wrong. She takes the ring from the box. And the answer is yes. Junhyuk goes completely still. But on one condition, Zoraya continues. What? You don't own me. You don't control me. You don't decide for me. Her eyes burn into his. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing you. But I'm not your possession. I'm your partner. Silence. Then something breaks in his expression. Relief. Wonder. Something deeper. Partner, he repeats. Equal. Or nothing. A pause then. Equal. Junhyuk agrees. His voice carries weight. Finality. You'll have full access to everything. Money, information, decisions, nothing hidden. And Micah, protected, always. But you decide how he's raised, what he knows, what he doesn't. And if I disagree with you, we discuss it. He takes her hand. like partners. Zariah searches his face for lies, for manipulation. She finds only truth. This is insane, she whispers. Yes, I should run. Yes, I should say no. Yes. His thumb brushes her hand. But will you? Zariah thinks about her old life. $27, 3 jobs, constant fear, endless struggle. Then she thinks about Micah, safe, protected, with a future. Then she thinks about this broken, dangerous man who learned to ask instead of take, who chose to protect instead of possess, who wants her despite having everything. Yes, Zariah says, I'll marry you. Juniuk's eyes close briefly. When they open, they're different, softer, more human. He slides the ring onto her finger. It fits perfectly. Tomorrow, he says quietly, we'll do this properly. Ceremony, witnesses, legal. That fast, his eyes darken. I've waited 28 years to find someone worth asking. I'm not waiting anymore. He pulls her close. Not possessive, not controlling, protective. You're mine now, he whispers. And I'm yours, equal. Zariah leans into him. Equal, she agrees. But can a street vendor and a Mafia king truly have an equal partnership? The chapel is small, private, hidden inside the compound. Morning light streams through stained glass windows. No reporters, no cameras, no spectacle. Just Zariah, Jun-hyuk, Minji as witness, and a minister who asks no questions. Zariah wears a simple white dress. Her shoulder still aches beneath the fabric. The bandage shows slightly. She doesn't care. Jun-hyuk stands across from her in black. His eyes haven't left her face since she walked in. We are gathered, the minister begins, but Jun-hyuk interrupts. Before this begins, he says, turning to Zariah, I need you to understand what you're agreeing to. Everyone goes silent. Being my wife means danger, always. It means guards, walls, constant vigilance. His voice is steady. It means your brother will have protection, yes, but also restrictions. I know, Zariah says. It means people will hate you, fear you, want to use you against me. I know. It means you'll see things, dark things, violence, choices that aren't clean. I know. Zariah steps closer. But it also means Micah lives, thrives. It means I don't spend every day doing impossible math. It means I'm not alone. She takes his hand. You're asking me to see the cost. Fine, I see it. Her eyes hold his. But I also see what I get. What do you get? Someone who protects without hesitation, who values loyalty above everything, who learned to ask instead of take. She squeezes his hand. Someone who sees me as rare instead of disposable. Something cracks in his expression. Is that enough? He asks quietly. Is it enough for you? Zariah counters. You're getting a broke street vendor with nothing to offer. No money, no connections, no power. You're wrong. Am I? Juniuk's grip tightens. You're offering something no one in my world has. Genuine loyalty, honest sacrifice, choice without calculation. Is that enough for you? More than enough. Silence. Then Zariah smiles. Then let's do this. The ceremony is short. Vows are spoken. Rings are exchanged. When the minister says, you may kiss, Jun-hyuk pauses. Equal partners, he reminds her. Equal partners, Zariah confirms. Then he kisses her. Not possessive, not controlling, like a promise. Zariah stands in her new room, their room, looking at her reflection. Mrs. Kang Zariah. It doesn't feel real. Jun-hyuk enters, loosening his tie. Regrets? He asks. Ask me in a year. He almost smiles. Fair. Will it always be this complicated? Zariah asks. Yes. Will it ever be safe? No. Will you ever lie to me? No. His eyes meet hers in the mirror. Equal means truth, even when it's ugly. Zariah turns to face him. Then I'll ask what I've been wanting to ask since that night. What? Why did you really decide to marry me? Not protect me, not keep me safe. Marry me. Junhyuk is silent for a long moment. Then, because you're the only person who ever looked at me and didn't see what I could do for them. You saw what you could do for me. I don't understand. You took a bullet for my sister. You refused my money. You demanded equality. He steps closer. You gave without taking, protected without asking, chose without manipulation. His hand finds her face. You showed me what I could become, not what I am. Tears burn Zariah's eyes. And what's that? Better. His voice cracks slightly. With you, I could be better. Zariah pulls him close. Then let's be better, she whispers. Together. Equal, he agrees. Equal. This is a story about impossible choices, about courage when running would be easier, about seeing someone's worst and choosing to stay anyway, about sacrifice without expectation of reward. Zariah Bloom took a bullet for a stranger. She lost everything. She gained something rare, not wealth, not power, but partnership with someone who learned to value her choice above his control. Here's my question for you. Would you risk your life for a stranger without expecting anything in return? Would you choose love in the middle of danger? Would you say yes to an impossible future if it meant protecting the people you love? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if this story moved you, hit that subscribe button. Let's keep sharing stories that matter. Until next time, remember, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is choose the dangerous path if it leads to something real.